Good morning. Let's talk about sensory mood boxes. So these mood boxes I created with a different intention. So the new mood boxes that we would be creating would be specifically for a child that is suffering from cancer. Um, but this box was actually created for a family that lost a mom to a battle with cancer. So this was a box that I created that I have not delivered yet, but it is a box for a family that has 3 children. And I also created something for the dad, who is a firefighter. And I wrote several messages to them. So we're going to go through the contents of this box so you can get an idea of what I'm thinking of for these boxes that are going to be made more specifically for children facing cancer. And for those children, I would want to children and teens, I would want to incorporate things that they enjoy, like things that bring meaning to them, whether it's a specific sport and they were doing an art project related to that sport, whether it's some kind of outdoor activity that they enjoy, or any kind of toys or experiences that they like in their lives. So it would require me asking them some kinds of questions to know what their preferences are to make the boxes, but this is just to give you an idea of what is in one of these boxes. The first thing is the box. This is the box. It is a big box. So let me show you what it looks like. This is what the box looks like. It's kind of heavy. There's always a planting activity. I think planting and growing something from scratch is a very, very powerful way to see how we can change the things around us and foster and nurture something and grow these positive experiences. So these are some little seed packets that they can plant. These kids obviously lost their mom very young, so each child has a mirror that they can put on their wall, and it says, "I am loved." This is for the little boys, so it's a dinosaur. There's 2 girls in the household, so they both have little whales. Then there is also a stuffed animal. These are younger kids, so they have a stuffed animal, even though I think having a stuffed animal is a very, very powerful way to help you soothe yourself during times where you're feeling sadness or grief. And through healing from chronic illness, I do use a stuffed animal sometimes when I'm feeling sad. So I think it would still be something that would be good for a teenager. But these were very specifically picked for these 2 little girls. And they each have these little bags, and these bags have little art projects and games and toys for each child. So I put jacks in there. This would be to create a video, mindfulness video, based on using these jacks, using positive words like "I am strong," "I am powerful," and they can recite these words as they play the game, slowly growing and increasing their mood and the way that they feel. This is a little squeezy toy, so it's for them to actually paint this toy and use it when they feel sad or when they feel an emotion and they need to squeeze out the anger, to actually have something mindful that they can use during that time. Then there's a musical instrument, because I do feel music is a very powerful way to process and relieve stress. So I incorporate a lot of Disney music in my projects with kids and showing them how they can actually add to it and relieve their stress by using something like this, like a musical instrument. It also has essential oils in here to help. There's a very soothing blend of essential oils that's meant to calm the nervous system. It was designed by a friend of mine, and it was really geared for children that have developmental delays, to make sure that it doesn't affect them in any way. It's a very, very mild blend. And they all have a rocket ship. So there's actually a meditation that I created that's the rocket ship meditation. This is actually a strategy that I used for myself as I've been healing from my child abuse. Whenever those negative thoughts and negative emotions, I call negative Nancy in my head, goes on overdrive and starts putting all these negative thoughts in my mind, I actually visualize myself. Here's my rocket ship. I visualize myself putting those negative thoughts and negative feelings inside the rocket ship and sending them away to the moon. So there's actually a meditation for the kids with this rocket ship. And then, since it's created specifically for kids, so they have several bracelets that have some meaning. So for this little girl, it says "create joy." The other one says Love Well, and then she has a heart stone, so actual crystal stone that I was motivated to give her. And both the little girls have similar bags in here. The little boy is younger, and we have a different toy. Now there's two art projects that I felt like this family would benefit from to do as a family unit to help them bond and create also a beautiful piece for the house. I actually did do this with my father. We painted this one and we created a project in our Keys home with fish that we painted together that represent my three siblings and all of our children, and it was a really nice bonding project and helped me heal as I began to tell my family the story that they didn't know, that I was abused as a little girl. So these are two projects that would be done as a family unit. And then I also have some fun things like slinkies that they can use on the stairs and incorporate mindfulness into, and Play-Doh. I think sensory experiences are a very, very powerful way to help us connect the body and mind. So using Play-Doh or sand, I actually have a sandbox right over there that I use little stamps and set an intention in the morning as I do that practice, that whether I'm gonna have a good day or if I recite an affirmation like I'm very strong, I'm powerful, I use that with intention by actually physically doing something. The other thing that's in here ideally would be making something from scratch, but to make or bake something that is actually healthy and not filled with all these chemicals. So this is a gluten-free baking packet, but I ideally would want to just create stuff from scratch so that it's good for their nervous system and their immune system. And then there's also chalk, because these kids are younger, so drawing on the floor outside in front of their house and creating artwork is a great way to relax the body and mind. And since it is a mindful planting activity, each one gets a little pot where they can grow and plant their seeds and see it flourish, and they each get a rock. So this one is I Am Brave. I'm not sure if all the kids have the same one. I don't remember. Yeah, I picked the same rock for all three children, so they each had their own, and they say I am brave. So it's all about mindfulness and creating an environment in their space, whether it's a hospital room or their room at home, that really has these strategies and techniques kind of embedded all around them, so that they see these visual cues and they can begin to shift the way they feel by seeing these things and incorporating these mindfulness activities. I actually have some art projects that I did over there for myself. One of them is that smile that I just showed you. Another one was dream big. And I do incorporate these on my daily life. So I hope this was inspirational and it gives you some insight as to what I want to create for these children in these mood boxes. And I hope you have a beautiful and fabulous day. This is Diane Vick. Aloha.